What is up, planner friends, and welcome back to my channel. We are going to be putting together a travel planner today for leisure vacation travel, because I actually do not have a system that I use for just when I'm on vacation. I use a Hobonichi daily, so that's kind of like not for that intended use. So I wanted to set up a system, something a little smaller, something compact with just the essentials that I need for when I am traveling. And the Jane's Agenda box for the month of June was all about travel. We got a low profile cover set. We got some amazing inserts. And I'm going to go ahead and put this together. I have a bunch of things here already that I pulled. So all of this was from the sub box for the month of June. Then I have some things. I have this like explore front cover, and these were the dashboards that were from the summer, like summery vacation-y type vibe box last year. I don't think that one was, but I know the rest of these were. So I kind of pulled everything that I may want or need in it. And I am going to be using the dividers from Live Love Posh. I absolutely love these side tab dividers. And we are going to go ahead and get started. They also come with labels, and I already like made my sections that I want to have, so I know how I want to label these. So we are going to go ahead and start getting everything put together. I'm trying to make room. And this is just my disc box. This is one of many disc boxes that I have. This is my box with my 1 1/4 inch disc, and then I had two random 0.75s in there, but these are my 1 1/4 inch disc. Like I said, these are just some of them, so I can also link that box. I think I am going to go in with champagne gold disc, and let me see, because this is always like the hard part. So I'm going to get this cover onto the disc, and I will be right back. All right, so I am back again. This cover set is the cover set that we got in the month of June. Most of this stuff is going to come from this box, except for a few packs of inserts that I had stashed away. And the cover is reversible, so I am going to have it with the shell side facing out. And we are going to go ahead and get started with how I want everything to be laid out. And I don't even know, because everything is so nice. So I think I want to do this in the front, because I love this little beach hat pool scene vibe. And look how pretty that looks with the cover. I think I'm going to go in with this. I think there's plastic on it. I do not know if I need to widen this mushroom punch, because sometimes I have to do that because I'm not always using Jane's Agenda's disc, and sometimes it is a little hard depending on like how everybody's mushroom disc punch is cut, because everybody's is literally not the same. So I'm just trying to get this off so it doesn't leave any little frays. And this is like very flexible, so hopefully I don't have to do what I don't want to do, which is file it down. And there's nothing wrong with filing it down. I literally can do it in like 2 seconds, but yeah, it needs to be, because it's too tight. But I will do that off camera. So we're gonna do that first. And I do have a monthly bottom tab that is going to be added in here. It is just in the mail with my warehouse stuff. It's supposed to come tomorrow. I am filming this video at the beginning of June, so I just wanted to get my planner set up. Like, I could not wait, guys. I could not wait. So I'm gonna have the first divider here. And the first divider is going to say schedule, but I'm just going to put them in, and then I'm going to go back and probably tag everything. So I am going to do, sometimes I do take day trips, and I do want to like start writing and documenting the stuff so that I won't just have all the stuff in my phone. So I'm just going to put a few sheets in here because again, this is on 1¼ inch disc. So it's not meant to be like, you know, your big bulky planner. It's not meant to be a heavy boy. So I'm just going to put probably about 4 of these in here. And I think I may do, so I'm going to do schedule. It'll be dailies. And I think I want to do a top tab. And then some weeklies. So these are just the Undated weeklies by Jane's Agenda. So I'm just probably going to do, again, I'm just putting in a few sheets for each section because I can always archive once the trip is done and things like that. So I'm just going to put 4 of these in here. And I think I want to put a top tab or a hybrid page finder, one of the two. So my next section, if I knew where, so my next section is going to be the travel plan inserts. So we got these, again, departure protocol. We got these in the sub box for the month of June. So you guys have already seen me unbox that. So I'm not going to use everything in here. I'm not going to use the cover page because I will have a dashboard there, but I need to put a divider. And I do like the map, so I am going to keep that. And it has dream destinations on the back. Then there is a bag for airline allowance or like a reference sheet. I am going to keep that. I am going to keep a home closeout, not clean out. But I guess you do have to clean up before you leave because I do like to clean up before I leave. So you get 3 of those. I think I'm going to just do 1. And then I don't know if I want this to all be one section, but I'm going to put 3 trips. Well, I'll put 4 trips in here. I think you get a total of 10 of these. So I'll put 4 trips in here. And I'm just putting that off to the side because I don't know if I want to like have them in their own section and just have like the destination and checklist with another section. So I think we are going to do another divider. And then I have some inserts from the vault pack. So what I want to do with these inserts, I'm going to take the emergency contact. Then I am going to also put in here the password sheet. I just need 1 because again, I want to make sure that I remember like, you know, hotel logins and things like that on my phone because sometimes you forget, sometimes you are not in the app, you know, enough and it doesn't want to act right. So I'm going to do passwords and contacts. And again, that Vault reference pack has so many sheets in there that are so useful. So I'm just going to do 1 contact sheet and 1 password sheet because you get more than enough. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you got 12 password sections on here. And then on the contact, you know, if you have, you know, airport transfers, maybe you're using the same company every time, this is definitely going to be a good contact sheet for that. Travel agents, you can fill them in on there too. So that is why I'm going to keep that one. And then next, I'm going to do another tab and I'm going to do expenses. So I just have a few of the transaction sheets that I'm just gonna pop in. And again, everything that I'm showing is by Jane's Agenda except for the dividers. That is the only thing that is not. what is my next section? So I've got 2 more. So my next section, I'm going to do some of this memory keeping pack. So this was a pretty thick insert. This insert came out, I believe, in a box last June. So it has so many different papers, like inserts in here. So you've got like this little vision board section or whatever you want to use it for. So I am going to use this. I'm not going to use the front cover, but I am going to use this to put like a collage of the trip, and they are front and back. And these are just like some dailies, but you can use these in so many ways. They are undated. I'm not going to use them at the moment, but if you wanted to use these for like your trip planner, you could definitely do that with these inserts. Or if you wanted to write down like specific things of each day, make an itinerary for the week that you want to share with people, you could do it on here and pretty much send it out. There are some daily daily journals. So I am going to put about 4 of these in here. And it's not going to just be for just the one day. I'm probably going to put a sticker over there and just make it for one trip and just put like the highlight of the one trip or a collage of everything all together and put it, in there. So that is all in the memory keeping section. I do not need, again, I'm not going to put like every single one. Then there are some of these papers where it's just like dot grid and a space for you to put a photo. And they also have it in this pack and lined as well. I do not think I'm going to use this right now. And then the last part of this pack was a favorite quotes. I'm actually going to use this in my work planner because me and my coworkers, we always say funny things and it's always a laughable moment. So I'm going to save these for another section, another planner pretty much. So I'm trying to put all of this back how it is so that I can put my stash back. And then I think I'm going to do one more section. And this is probably just going to be some lined paper. So I can definitely fit more in here. I just wanted to get everything in first to make sure I could fit, enough pages in there. So I will add a few more dailies. And I have a 1, 2, 3, 4. Like I have to always count out the sheets because they have to be equal across all my sections. So I need to put 4 more of the weeklies in here. And I actually think that I am going to get a top tab to put in here as well. And I feel like I am missing something. So that is for that. Then we've got this map and, just end up coloring that in. We've got the home closeout and the airline one. We've got the trip planner. And the packing list is on the back. So yeah, I don't know why I thought that was 2 different inserts, but they're kind of like all one. So let's start filling it up and doing the labels. So this is what it is looking like. Again, I'm gonna add more paper. I still have to add like my line paper. In the back is like the filler paper. So we need to put a dashboard here because the calendar is gonna go there. So let's see, I think we will put this out of office. I want to put it under. So we're gonna put, why is it like buckling? Okay, there we go. Because I'm like, what in the heck is going on with that? So I want that to be like that. And then I have this to put in as well. It's just like some little page flags and a little quote card. And I'll probably put this like at all the way at the back. And I'll just put the paper in front of it. So let me put some of these papers back because I do not want them like getting stuck on the back of the sticky and then ripping and all of that. So let me kind of clean up a little bit and then we will get back to the program. So I have all of these Undated dailies. These are going to last me for such a long time. And again, when I take those one-day trips, I do want to use one of those Undated dailies just to write everything in. You know, what time we hit the road, where's dinner, where's that. So I'm going to put all of these back because, again, I don't want them to start falling and going all over the table and just doing the most. The vault pack was not, it was not, let's see how many, it was not in a bag. Yeah, the vault pack was not in a bag. But here are the inserts for that. So that, emergency, like I said, passwords. I feel like one sheet is enough. I feel like one sheet is enough for the contact. So I will just put these back. And I love that there are like multiple sheets because, again, since there was 3, like I don't even need to end up using them all. This is the rest of the departure protocol, more trip planners, and a couple more home closeouts. Again, I believe you get 10 of the trip planners, so I do not need to put all 10 trips in at one time. Just put a few and I can always archive them to a later date. So now all of my inserts are back in the pack. Now we can go in with the dashboards. Again, I pulled so many dashboards that I have. I have this one here in the front, so we need one for this section as well. I think I will go in with the beach. And our next section is the like passwords and stuff. So let's see which one I want to do, because again, I have so many nice summary inserts that I may just end up using everything from this box. So I think I'm gonna go in with like this sailboat vibes. And our next section is the transaction. So I will do this little beach chair. No, I'll do like these rocks and stones because they are really pretty. And we need another section, another dashboard for this section. So I think I'm gonna go in with the umbrella. And I am gonna grab a top tab to separate those dailies from the weekly. And of course we will need a dashboard right there. So just making sure those are all the Undated dailies. So let's go in with this chair. And I still have all of these dashboards left. So if I needed to or wanted to add any more sections, I still have some more. I was going to use that one, but it kind of matches but kind of doesn't. I'll always switch them out, but I have all of these left. And I'm not gonna, this does not have pockets on the front because it's meant to be low profile. So this is what we are looking like. Of course, it is gonna get thicker. You're probably like, Celeste, it's nothing in here. No, these are the important sections. I do have some blank filler paper coming from Jane's Agenda. That's just like plain line paper. Oh, I need one more dashboard right here. So let's see. Let's use this one. So I do have some line paper coming. So just imagine that it's there. Now it is time to do all the sections. And what did I say? I needed to get a top tab to go right here. So let me grab a top tab divider and BRB. All right, so I grabbed my top tab. And now we are going to go ahead and label our sections. I've got some ones that I had already had open because each time you buy a pack of dividers from Live Love Posh, you will get labels with it. So I have a few different labels. So I am going to do schedule. So that's going to be the first tab. And then I'm going to do weekly here. Instead of, because I already have the daily. So I was thinking about doing daily and then weekly. But I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Because I need some votes. So I'm going to do weekly here. And again, these are just the undated weeklies, which I think are going to be perfect in this system because I do not want to use dated inserts because, again, you're not going on vacation every single week. I know we wish, right? We wish we could go on vacation every single week, but since we are not, I don't feel the need to use dated inserts. I feel like undated inserts are much better. So the next section, let's see what we got because I wrote them down, but I may have put them in a different order. So our next section is basically like our planning section. So I am going to do, I thought I had the word plans and I do. So let me show you. This is a full sheet. I love these dividers from Live Love Posh because she literally has all the words. So I'm going to do plans on this one. Like, it's literally all the words that I need. And that is why I love to get my dividers from Live Love Posh. So my next section, I think maybe expenses. No, so my next section is like passwords and contacts. So I don't know what I want that tab to say. The tab after that is transactions. So I'm just gonna flip and I'm gonna go ahead and do expenses on that one. Had to concentrate, y'all. The next section is like memory keeping. So I think I put that as like my gratitude section. Yeah, because there wasn't one that said like memory keeping, which is fine because I feel like gratitude is good enough because that's where I'm going to be like doing my little entry. Like I have a traveler's journal that I use for like junk journaling, which I will still use. But this is just like a section to have in here to, you know, always have like an overview of my trip. And then the next section here, I'm going to probably label that brain dump because that's just really going to be like notes and stuff. So yeah, I think brain dump will probably be like the best one that I'm going to use for that. Oh. And again, I have filler paper that I'm just going to put in here, and it's just going to be plain paper. It's just going to be just plain lines or like dot grid. I'll probably mix it because I like to write on both. And I think for this section where like lists and stuff are, I think I'm going to name that list because it is a contact list. It is a password list. So I think list would be the best word on here for that category. I don't know why this doesn't want to come up. So I think, oh, I have ripped this, y'all. I don't know what's up with this one, but I kind of destroyed it. So I'm gonna grab list off another one, and I should probably be trying to grab them from the end and not like the middle and the center, but whatever. So there we have it. So we have all of my categories, and I just need to shave this down, which I will do so that I can make it easier to turn. But that is what we are looking like. We have so many like inserts and stuff still left over. That is another reason why I love the James Agenda insert packs. You get more than enough to last you. Again, that travel departure package had 10 trips in there. Some people don't even take 10 trips a year, so that may last a person, you know, two years if they take, you know, 5 family trips or something like that. But this is what we are looking like. Of course, I'm gonna add more filler paper, so it is gonna be a little thicker, but we are gonna do a flip through of what we have. So again, I just have this Explore dashboard. And disclaimer, the cover set is not here yet that went with this box. I'm filming this video at the beginning of June. My cover set, I think, is supposed to come by like the end of the week. So I probably will just leave this Explore dashboard on here and do the cover set at a later time when I refresh it. But that is what that looks like together. Then our next section that we have, it is my schedule section. So it just has the out of office in front, and it's just layered with the little old school like van and the surfboards. We've got undated dailies. We've got our next section, which is labeled weeklies. And we've got our undated weeklies. Our next section is plans. We've got this nice dashboard here. We've got our map of the states, airline, bag allowance. We've got our home closeout. And then we've got our trip planner. So you've got your destination, departing flight, returning flight, rental car information, travel day notes, and you've got a packing list on the back. So I probably will end up putting a few sheets of paper in between each trip just so that I can, you know, this is enough for me to check off. But of course, there are going to be more things that you need to add. So I'm going to probably put a blank a sheet of line paper or a sheet of dot grid in between each one of these trips. And I think I put probably 4. Yeah, I put 4 trips in here. So those are all the trip inserts. Then we have the list section. So in my list section, I've got this dashboard here. And then I just have, again, this is part of the Vault pack. We've got emergency contacts on the back. We've got passwords and we've got contacts. Again, I'm going to use the password sheet for like all of the hotel information. Like a few weeks ago, I traveled and I was locked out of my app because it was a Hyatt. I hadn't been at a Hyatt in a while. I normally stay like at a Marriott and stuff for work, but I was at a Hyatt this time and I could not get in the app. Like I had to call customer service. We had to go through the whole rigmarole, my favorite thing to say, to get me into the app and all of that. So if I would have had my password written down, I would not have had to go through all of that. So that is what this is intended for. And then with the contact sheets, you know, most of the time I plan my own trips. Maybe, you know, in 2026, 2027, maybe I'll have a trip planner. Maybe I'll have a travel agent or something. So I would just write their contact information on here and I would just write out the birthday and probably put that write out the birthday and put company, and just like whatever company they work for, put that there. And then probably in the address line, write that out, and just write the like website and everything that, like, you know, that travel agent is through, or that company is, you know, that company the travel agent is through. Jesus Christ, I couldn't even get it out. Then we've got our expenses tab. So I've got this dashboard. Then I have a few of the transaction sheets, and I like these because you can do debit or credit. And you know, you want to, of course, when you're on vacation, you want to keep mention of, you know, if you use your credit card or debit card. So I definitely wanted to get some of these to put into my trip planner. So I just put a few sheets of that. Then next I have my gratitude section. I've got this dashboard. And I think I need to wipe my disc with like a used dryer sheet. Sometimes that helps with like the turning. So I have, these are basically just like collage pages. So I may do like one per trip. They are front and back, so I will get about 4 trips on there. And then I may just do like a overview of the trip instead of a daily journal. Of course, I have a Cricut. I can always white it out, put another sticker over it. So I put a few sheets of that in here as well. And then my next section is going to be my brain dump section. There is nothing there yet, but I am going to put some lined and dot grid paper here. And then I just have a quote card, another quote card, and some page flags. And that is it. That is what my vacation planner is looking like, and I'm obsessed. I love it. I love this blue color. Everything works so well together. I love snap-on covers. Anybody that knows me knows I prefer snap-on covers. I love my wraps too, but I just prefer snap-on covers because you can really use any size dish you want. But this is what my travel planner is looking like. So when I am on vacation, this is the planner that I will have in hand. And that is it, folks. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. Thank you for the likes, the comments, the shares, the subscribes, all the things. We appreciate it over here. I'm glad to, you know, share my content with you all and share my love for planners and systems and stationery. So as always, I hope you guys have been having a great month, a great week, and a great year. And until the next video, have a great one.